Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 67 of Aokana, no Kanata no fō rizumu. It has been a bit of a time since the last episode. Yeah, nothing I can really say about it, but yeah. I'm actually really looking forward to moving on. I was looking at when I had first saved my first section in Aokana, and it actually has nearly been a whole year. I'm actually quite surprised. My pace has slowed down drastically. As I normally do say, I'll try to reduce it, but yeah, I have to wait and see. As for last time, we had what felt like a bit of a detour. It seemed like they had just finished training for the day, and as we were going home, Rika felt a bit uneasy, fidgety. She wanted to say something to Masia, and what she had then asked was to go to his place, only to cook dinner. And as you would think or assume in the sci-fi novel as well, that it might lead to something but more, or there might be something here or there, but no, not really. She really, in the end, it seemed just that. But she did want to add a bit of her own twist to it, I guess you could call it. I think it was a swimsuit apron. Sorry, I'm mumbling my words here. Or it might have been an underwear one. I'm not too sure which one they had mentioned it was, but it wasn't a fully one, so which I had thought was going to happen. But as I had noticed, and I just skimmed the last episode, so I can't really recall too much, but I had noticed that Masia's personality, or his character itself, seems to be not as I had imagined it would be, or is, I should say. And so the pauses have to clear my throat. So yeah, I think that's kind of what also has been kind of putting me off lately in regards to this, is the I don't know how to really put it. Anyway, I don't want to lower the mood. Let's get into this. So yeah, they just finished that now, and they look like they want to go separate ways now. And I know the fall tournament is any moment now, so we have to wait and see if that will be soon, or if they're going to keep delaying it again for another day, but let's see. Other than that, nothing much else really to say. Other than that, let's see what's going to happen. Don't be silly. The noodles and salad were delish. I'm already starting, wow. Okay, it's oishikatta yo. It's just, I don't understand why it's short and delicious. That's sure, but really. Rika squirms a little.
ありがとうございますというか、ごめんなさいというか、やっぱりごめんなさいですね。
This is regarding to the apron thing? What?
私の勘違いだったら恥ずかしいんですけど。
Hmm?
我慢してくれたんですよね。
Well, kind of related, but yeah. Holding back? How?
私に触るのを 慢してくれたんですよね。
Well, she seemed to have known. Well, I don't know. I doubt I'm fooling anyone.
私もいつ触られるのかって思ってたんですけど。
She was? But then... she fucked up. That kanji is escaping me. But yeah, so I always wanted to take a look when they add swearing, because I want to make sure if it's, in quotations, justified swearing. Because, like, I understand completely. I tend to swear a lot, just randomly as well. But yeah, I just... yeah. I could have just grabbed her ass. Okay. So I think they just wanted to put it in all caps locks here. Possibly only because they've added exclamation marks here. It wasn't really necessary. They already added one their own, and you could have added one other one. You couldn't really yell it out like this. I mean, it does show that it was... okay, I'm already starting like this, and it's... yeah.
マサイさんは散らされるのが好きだから、私からは何も言わない方がいいのかなって思ったら、そのまま何も言えなくて。
Right. She really took that conversation to heart, huh?
でもそれ以前に、試合を控えている選手が包丁を持っているところに、マサイさんが触りに来るわけがないなって。マサイさんは絶対にそういうことまで考えているはずなのに、私は変な期待をしてしまっていて、なんだか。
Oh, sorry. Thought it was finished. Man, am I ever glad I didn't touch her. If I did, I may have lost her trust as a coach. I mean, sure, in regards to the knife and the boiling water and all sorts of things like that, dangerous things, sure. But I think I probably mentioned a while that all he could have done was had asked at the end, or because I'm sure there would have been some time between her finishing and where they are now. But yeah.
私のことをちゃんと考えてくれているんだなって分かって、とっても嬉しかったんです。
But then I also get moments like where he's saying all of that as well. Oh, wait, oh wow, it's... don't know why it was all the way up there. Wait, okay. It's all going all wrong here. But he did yell at this. So, yeah. Oh, what did I miss? Oh no, I'm glad you felt that way. What do I even say here?
お礼をしたかったのに、余計な気を使わせることになってしまって、すみませんでした。
Oh no, you don't need to apologize. The swimsuit apron was real sexy, so I'm more than satisfied. Because that was that one.
いいえ、あります。エッチな格好をすれば、マサエさんが喜んでくれるなんてことを考えていた私が浅はかでした。反省します。
Here comes her diligent side again. You don't need to reflect or anything. Let's just do our best at the tournament.
はい、頑張ります。
I look up. Once the tournament is over and we have time, maybe, you can just make me sandwiches or something. Yuki gives me an enthusiastic nod.
怪我の心配のない料理で水着エプロンをします。
This sounds good.
こちらこそお願いします。
She bows.
私に気を使ってそんなことまで言ってくれるなんて、マサエさんは優しすぎると思います。
Man, she has a really good opinion of me. Rika looks up.
夏休みが終わって少ししたら秋の大会なんですよね。
I thought it was only a few days. Yep, it's already right in front of us.
もっと先だったらいいのに。
Oh, are you nervous? That would make sense, though I've never heard her wish for more time. I'm a little surprised. Maybe she's still not comfortable about the idea of facing Kurabuchi.
試合が不安とかじゃなくて、大会を目指してマサエさんと練習していた時間がすごく充実していて、ずっとこれが続けばいいなって思ってしまったんです。
They will. We'll keep on working toward our goals together. Don't you worry.
はい。
She gives me a serious nod, then smiles sweetly. Okay.
それではこれよりフライングサーカス秋の新人戦、
Okay.
長崎県予選を開催いたします。
So no more delays, hopefully, and we're going straight into it. But these are preliminaries, so maybe it's not exactly the tournament itself properly. Because sometimes they would have the preliminaries before the main tournament. I don't know how this will go, but anyway, let's see. A voice from the speakers carries over the clear blue skies. The day has finally arrived. It's time to put everything we trained for into action. Asuka's eyes sparkle as she looks up and does a happy little jump.
いよいよ始まりましたね。
Yeah.
でもさ、秋の大会と言われても困っちゃう天気だよね。
Mato's right. It's so hot it might as well be summer still. There are lines building outside the snow cone stands, and several booths have out of stock stickers over their drinks. I don't know why I had to read that slowly. It's a little weird.
確かに、せめて秋っぽく紅葉とかしてくれればいいんですけ
I
ど
was
ね。
going to mention that actually. I was going to say that the background CG is still the same they've been using, even though it's supposed to be a different tournament in a different season. I thought what they could have done at least was like maybe the trees in the background show that it's fall, you know, or autumn. But I guess that answers my question.
こうも夏っぽいと、夏の大会が終わったばかりなのにまた大会かーって感じがするにゃ。
They're not that close. We had a whole summer break to practice, which leaves a lot of time for people to grow.
でしょうにゃ。例えばリカちゃんとかね。
Interesting. So here she's just saying, it's a good point. It's almost like a Rika-chan. So let me see how that again.
でしょうにゃ。例えばリカちゃんとかね。
As an example, Rika-chan. So yeah, I don't really get the little key to a big cat thing, but sure.
私ですか？
Rika's going to look at the tournament schedule with us before returning to the guys from Takafuji.
この夏でかなり実力アップしたじゃない。それはセコンドのマサエさんの指示がいいだけです。
Everyone's agreed that I'll be Rika's second during her matches. Okay. Well, during the matches that she's not facing Masia's club, that is, obviously. But yeah. It is understandable since he was the coach for this specific tournament in a sense. There are a lot of loopholes in the rules for Flying Circus seconds. This might be a remnant from when not many schools participated, but a player's second can be from another school. That may eventually change, but rules like that are scattered throughout Flying Circus. Other loopholes like that may even be what help Kurabuchi escape by.
リカちゃんは強くなってます。
Yeah, you have.
そうですそうです。リカさんは私が当たりたくない選手の上位に来ますからね。正直全く勝てる気がしないですから。
そんな。でも頑張って練習しましたから結果を残したいというか納得してみたいです。
Same. Well, don't worry. I'm sure you'll be able to show everyone how much you've grown. Of course, results are important too, but that still comes first.
はい。
頑張ってみるね。はーい。
頑張ります。
Hopefully, not literally. Now then. Decide to run through the players around me one more time. Asuka's been away from practice for a while, so she's clearly at a disadvantage. Misaki's lack of practice is undeniable. Mashiro's barely even taken off her training wheels. I'm sure everyone from Konohama wants to give this their best shot, but I can only really rely on Rika at the moment. I can't wait to see how this tournament will go for the other routes. Because I know each one will have their own specific rival in a sense. That's what I got from the names in a sense. Inui I think is Asuka's. Arika I think was her name. The Tang girl was Mashiro's. Trying to think now. Anyway, there is a few, and Master Skywalker is going to be somebody else's as well, but I don't know who it is. I feel like I know who it is. I feel like it might be Minamo, but it is a really pushing it. But anyway, we'll leave that for those routes, and we'll figure out who that Master Skywalker is another time. Anyway.
さてと、今回の組み合わせはどんな感じかな。
Now this is going to be important.
真白はまた佐藤院さんと当たるといいね。
嫌です。強い人とは試合したくありません。同じくらいの人がいいです。
Asuka hops forward and stares at the bracket.
もっと落ち着いてみましょうよ。なんか嫌な予感がするんですってば。あ、ましろちゃんを発見しました。どこですか？ここです。
Asuka points right at Mashiro's name.
対戦相手は。
Well, that's a name she knows.
こういうことってあるんだね。これって真白の望んでた同じくらいの実力の相手かもよ。
Was it actually her rival?
そうかもしれませんけど、勝っても負けても絡まれそうで嫌ですよ。
Yep, Arika Okoze, huh? Okay, well, I wasn't well, if I were to think of it like this, you can think of the fall tournament as something that is set in stone. Regardless of the routes, they will probably be fighting the same opponents, which would be interesting if that was the case. And then the only thing that would change is the outcome, because we'd be focusing more on that person, which means we'll be training them more. and the outcome would be different. So that'd be interesting to see if that is the case. That girl and Mashiro fought like cats and dogs. I know this will be tough, but you've got to do it.
分かってますけど。はあ、夏が佐藤院さんで、秋がこれって、トーナメント運が悪すぎます。
Rika standing upright, staring at the bracket. Where are you, Rika?
私はましろちゃんのすぐ横です。
Ah. So whoever wins that match will be fighting Rika. Or depending on how the bracket is shaped. But we'll see.
うわ、ほんとだ。
Okay, it is that.
1回戦を勝ってもまた知り合いって。
1回戦を勝てるかどうかわかりませんから。
勝てますよ。こんなのおかしすぎる。トーナメントの神様に嫌われてる。むしろ好かれてると私は思うな。神様のおもちゃとして。神様でも何でもおもちゃにはなりたくないです。
Interesting, yeah. I heard that she was saying something. Even if it's a god or not, I don't want to be their plaything. Interesting. She's looking for Kurobuchi. Rika participates in the conversation for a little bit before falling silent again. Oh, what's up?
私の名前の近く、さっちゃんの名前があります。
Is it really the first round? Kasumi Kurobuchi. Wow.
運命でしょうか。
I was expecting it to be at least like after Mashiro's match they'd be fighting. But I guess in a sense you could say that now Kurobuchi can just go all out in her antics without without worrying about being disqualified. Because her purpose right now is just to destroy Rika, so yeah. Okay. Wasn't expecting that, honestly. In tournament, for whatever reason, there always seem to be players you face every single time, and those you'll never face. It might seem ridiculous, but because of that, some things that happen in tournaments feel like fate. And this just happens to be one of them. I can't say, but it is reality.
私、練習してきました。さっちゃんと戦う準備をしてきました。
Yeah.
本当に試合をするんですね。なんだか不思議です。
Kurobuchi's intimidating figure flashes through my mind.
試合するんですね。
If Kurobuchi gets far enough. Wait, what? That's just saying that it isn't the first round.
きっとさっちゃんは
Okay.
勝ちますよ。
So I was at first under the assumption that with the name next to it and the way they're saying there'll be fate, thinking, oh wow, first round? That's interesting. But no, it is possibly going to be the third round. Because the way, I'll do the whole paint thing at the end. How I feel the tournament is going to go. It's hard to do it with the mouse when it's like this. Rika mutters as if warning herself.
私は知っている選手は、あ、3回戦で乾さんと当たります。
Yeah, this is okay. This is starting to become how I feel the routes were going. I see. I didn't really want any of us to face Inui again, to be honest. Thanks to Asuka's injury, we didn't manage to make much progress with strategies to counter Inui.
でも試合できるだけで勉強になりますからドキドキです。
私の場合は私は順調にいけば3回戦でガネコさんだ。
I can't remember who I had pinned for Misaki's rival. It was either Shindo, Ganeko, I think. I can't remember. I might just be saying it randomly now. Irina as well, it could be one of them as well. Yeah, I don't know.
ガネコさんというとマグロのお姉様だね。クナハマ姉妹としてあっちの姉妹には負けられませんね。私真白と姉妹だったことないと思うんだけど。思い出してください。そんなこと言われてもな。
トーナメント表はスマホで撮影しておいたよ。
Who are we missing out on? I think that's everyone actually. Great, I guess it's time to start warming up.
私は一度高藤のところに戻りますのでまた来ます。皆さん頑張りましょう。頑張りましょう。はい。
やっちゃうぞ。
Before I have a chance to get annoyed by the lack of seriousness in Misaki's voice, fireworks go off to signal the start of the first match. There's a muffled bang and a cloud of smoke. Then the audience bursts into cheers and applause.
大会が始まりますね。
It sure has. The fall tournament has finally begun. The matches proceed amidst the bustling noise. That's in no way inferior to that of the summer tournament, and it doesn't take long before all the first round matches are over.
真っ白ー。私の勝ちだったね。
ああ、もううるさいな。鬱陶しいな。
So Mashida's lost her first match already?
ねえねえ、真っ白、質問があるんだけどいい？
何よ。
忘れちゃったんだけど、1回戦で私に負けたのって誰だったっけ？
私だ。負けを認めるからさっさと水産の方に戻るように。
嫌だ。
なんでよ。
真っ白の悔しそうな顔を見て本当に勝ったんだって実感したいから。
本当に性格の悪いこと言うね。
I call out to Misaki, who's currently cooling down with Asuka, to make sure their fatigue doesn't carry over to the next round. Shouldn't you say something to stop them?
気になるならマサヤが言えば。
I just figured it would have been easier if you got involved.
そんなことないって。私が言う方が角立ちまくるよ。
Not sure how she arrived at that conclusion. But won't Mashida get hurt at this rate?
大丈夫大丈夫。あんなのじゃれ合ってるだけだって。アリカが真白に変に気を使うようになったら気持ち悪いし。
You think?
美咲ちゃんは2人を信用してるんですね。
いや、信用って言われると違う気がするんだけどね。と、リカちゃんだ。
Rika comes strutting over to us, I'm sure is what they meant, and gives Misaki a small bow.
1回戦突破おめでと
ちゃんも。
おめでとう。いい試合でした。ありがとうございます。次はましろちゃんと試合だと思っていたんですけど。
Misaki and Rika made it through the first round, but Mashiro lost to Arika Okoze. If Mashiro had won, she would have faced Rika next. And now, if Rika can beat Okoze, the chances of her oh, I see what they mean. The chances of her facing Kurobuchi in the third round are high. I was like, chances of her facing it that means it's not the third round, but maybe the fourth, but no, the third.
あそこでましろちゃんと話してるのって、ましろちゃんに勝った水産の人ですよね。
Apparently, they're old friends.
友達なんですか？
I like how they got what's happening in the background like that. I guess they don't look like it with the way they're fighting.
ああいうのが仲良しの証拠なんですよ、きっと。
どうだかね。
I like how it keeps moving back and forth, it's funny.
あの人が私の次の相手ですか？
あ、リカさん。
Mashiro, having noticed Rika's arrival, suddenly points at Okoze.
ちょっとこいつに言ってやってください。
あ、誰？
あんたの次の相手。
Arika gives Rika a rude stare.
よろしくお願いします。
リカさんは高藤の選手だけど、砂浜でずっと練習してる強い選手なんだから。へえ。
ということは真白の仲間ってことか。よーし、めちゃくちゃにやっつけて勝っちゃうぞ。つか、真白の仲間なら弱いの決定だ。
So, Gente I can't remember what she was how to pronounce it again at the end there, but what she had said was it was guaranteed a win.
そんなことない。リカさん、こいつに何か言ってください。
何かって何でしょう。
She turns to look at Misaki, searching for help.
地獄の底へ落としてやるぜ、ベイビーとかそんな感じでいいんじゃないの？
そんな感じでいいですか？かっこいいと思います。
It does?
それでは次の試合で地獄の底へ落としてやるぜ、ベイビーということでお願いします。そんなことお願いされても
お願いされたんだから受け入れなさいよ。
地獄の底に落ちるのか？
すごく似合ってると思う。
似合ってない。もうなんだか気が抜けたな。
Okoze points at Rika with a snap.
試合でボコボコにしてやるから待ってろ。はい、楽しみに待ってます。いい試合をしましょう。もういい、行くから。
もう来なくていいから。
勝ったら来る。
Okoze storms off. You handled that well.
上手にできてましたか？
In the past, she probably would have just gotten angry. That is true. Well, kind of.
よね。前の私は何でも真に受けてましたから、挑発されるのが苦手で。砂浜で練習させていただくようになって、少しずつ心に余裕ができてきた気がします。
一緒に練習した成果が出てよかったです。でもそれってさ、練習っていうよりも、うちの部員の性格がめちゃくちゃだから耐性ができただけかもよ。
Sorry, I wasn't focusing on that one. I was thinking of something else. You got a point
そん
there.
なことないです。勉強になります。
Rika's confusion is so hilarious that everyone burst out laughing.
私、変なこと言いました？
Not at all. Make sure you win the next match. Rika uses her whole body to give him a giant nod. Oh, give me a giant nod. Mashiro lost Okoze in a match of speed. She still has the habits she picked up as a fighter, so there were a lot of wasted movements that spelled doom for her. She changed styles halfway through the season and hasn't gotten a chance to fully adapt. When she could keep up with Okoze, she kept up. When she couldn't keep up, she didn't. All things considered, maybe this outcome's a good thing. It feels like Mashiro's almost ready to break out of her shell. She just needs that one final push.
私はどうしたらいいですか？
Today, you're using all-rounder ground shoes that are tuned towards speeder settings. I'm working under the hypothesis that she's going to get involved in a fair amount of dogfights. I chose these settings, why am I misreading it? I chose these settings so that if she does end up facing Kurabuchi, and she does need to make split-second decisions, she can. If you can challenge your opponents to a contest speed, you should, but your main goal is to get in front of them and engage in a dogfight.
Hi.
Okoze will probably try to challenge you to a race speed, but if you can stop her, everything will go in your favor.
でも逆を言えば、私が一方的にやられることも？
No.
そうなんですか？
Ascending on your grav shoes will make you slower than Okoze, but you're an experienced speeder. If you throw in some shortcuts, you can take the lead in a contest of speed. It'll be speeder versus speeder, but it won't end like the match between Prez and Inui during the summer tournament. I think you'll either barely scrape by, or completely dominate this match, Rika.
頑張ります。
That's the spirit. Now go out there and give her hell. Okay, so we're going to be watching this match. Interesting. Okay. Oh, well, no, it looks like it's in between, it's in the middle of the match. So let's see how long this goes before I end. The match heats up on the third line. That's it, keep it up, and think of up ways to stop Okoze.
わかりました。まだまだ。お姉様のためにも、私はこんなとこじゃ負けないんだから。
Obviously, for those that are not confused, her One-sama is referring to Ganeko. Yeah. The first point was scored by Okoze when she touched second. Rika started a dogfight on the second line, allowing her to rack up 2 points. Then Okoze proceeded to touch third. After that, Rika continued to score 2 more points on the third line, making the score 4-2 in her favor. Okoze is trying to shake Rika and go for the buoys, while Rika is attempting to push down Okoze's head. That's the way the match is running.
くそー、スピーダーのくせにちょこまかちょこまか。スピード対決しろよ。頑張ってみます。
That's it. She's not rising to Okoze's provocations. Old Rika probably would have flown into a fit of rage by now. A glance over at Okoze's second. Looks like she's considering her instructions carefully. This is the deciding moment. Okoze's gotten used to Rika's playstyle. If she can slip past Rika, she might get the next few buoys. So before the other second makes her decision, the moment Okoze pulls away from Rika to build up speed. Rika, go for the buoy. Okoze is slow to react and gets left behind. Rika successfully touches the buoy. Now it's 5-2. This match is ours. Rika has control of the game and she has momentum. Rika's face. She's not being negligent, she's not straining herself. It's a perfect, diligent expression for a girl like her. But it's also the face of someone enjoying a match. If she feels that way, then everything will turn out fine. Rika breathes a sigh of relief as Okoze groans in frustration. Everything went according to plan. Rika won the match 8-3. That means she got all the buoys afterwards. She couldn't catch up anymore. She was too far ahead. Good job.
勝てました。今度は負けないんだからな。
Okoze suddenly appears from behind Rika.
今度は次にやったら絶対に負けないぞ。はい。私も負けないように頑張ります。違う、私が勝つんだ。
Kaneko? Yep. Okoze abruptly goes flying to the side.
まったく、アリカはいけない子ね。私の妹がご迷惑をおかけして申し訳ありません。罰を与えておきますから許してください。罰？お姉様、それだけは許してください。ダメ。
Okay, so I got distracted by just the dame. Straight up, I was not expecting that. I'm actually quite unfortunate that didn't translate that properly. So, dame is just straight up like no, but it's a playful no in a sense. It's tough to really. I can understand why this would be hard to translate. This dame. It's obviously with her face you can tell as well, but it's a playful no. It's like it's hard for me to really say how it would be. Anyway, let's go into the next part here. This here is straight up heart, just heart. That just emphasizes more of the playful side of it. So it would have been so more interesting if all they did for the translation here was just a no and then a heart, just a little heart here or something like that. I feel like that would have been nice to see. So yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that, because that's probably something that people who just read English don't know about. It's just there was a heart here. Obviously you can tell by the eyes, but that's her character at the moment, so.
それでは失礼します。 行くわよ、アリカ。
Rika's blushing as well. I'm sure I mentioned it multiple times now. The ma'am thing is a bit off. All she said was yes, but sure. And just like that, Kaneko-san comes and takes Okoze away.
なんかすごかったですね。
Yep, it sure was. And we'll leave it there for today. Yeah, it was interesting. And I already forgotten. It was something I wanted to mention else. No, I can't remember what it was. It wasn't regarding the brackets, something like that, which I'm going to do now. But yeah. Well, I'm thinking what to say. I'm just going to put this up. There. That should be up there. So, in regards to... Actually, no, let me just do this now so we can go back to that screen. Okay, so the way I viewed the brackets was... So currently we have... Okay, I hate paint. I just thought it would be easy to use paint, but maybe it's not. Anyway, so we have on the right hand side, I'm guessing it's the right hand side of the bracket, is the first match between Mashiro and Okazu, which ended up going like that. Okazu won. Then we had Rika's first match, which was over here, and she had won, which was then like that. So when they first said how first match between Kurobuchi, well, the first match, well, I thought the first match was between Kurobuchi and Rika, was because of the way they're saying the net, that it was fate. So I thought, okay, first round. But then we found that, okay, so her next match is between, her second match is probably going to be, could be against Mashiro, so we know this is how the format is. But then obviously now that we know that it's fate that they'll be fighting, that the least that they'll need in terms of the rounds to fight Kurobuchi would be, can I just do that, like that. So that match would then be here. So Kurobuchi is probably in one of those brackets is here, which would then be the winner of that, would be the match between Kurobuchi and Rika. And then possibly on the other side, let's do that. And then on the other side is possibly like, let's say Asuka and Misaki. Although they didn't say anything about it being close, so they're actually even probably even further along as well. There's probably a lot of schools. So it's actually possibly even more like this. So it's probably Mashiro, Misaki, Asuka, and then so on like that. That's probably how it is. And they'll only possibly fight going like that, and then only then would they possibly be fighting each other for, who knows, possibly the finals then. That's how I view the brackets. But yeah. Let's go back. Okay. Anyway, so this episode was alright. It was interesting where we got to know how the tournament is structured. Got a little bit in the beginning regarding their promise to get sandwiches and things like that, and continued with the apron thing. That part wasn't that interesting in a sense to me in terms of the whole thing. I quite enjoyed the tournament start. It was a fun interaction between Okoze and Mashiro. We don't know how the other players are in terms of the brackets. We don't know how, if the masked Skywalker is in the tournaments. We don't know how Inui and Irina's tournaments are going. I actually don't even know if Irina is even a Skywalker. I think she's just a second. I didn't think about that. We don't know how SunaeVN's match went. And we would then assume, obviously, that Kurobuchi will be winning her matches as well. Obviously, if her goal is to fight Rika, she's probably trying to keep her tricks on the low so that she doesn't get penalized. But yeah. So yeah, now that that match is done, there's gonna be, I feel like there's gonna be a bit of an intermission, like a bit of a talk, discussions, probably run into Kurobuchi, and then we would probably, I remembered what I was gonna say, I'll say it now. We'll probably then into the match with Kurobuchi. So the thing I was gonna say earlier was, we now have seen that Rika has calmed down. She is unable to get provoked. She's trained herself. Nothing that you say or do will get to her. But then I thought, there is one thing that will. And if that is the goal of Kurobuchi, to get under Rika in terms of agitate her, and if Kurobuchi understands Rika's current mentality and her everything, I guess you could say, then there is, I believe, one way to get to Rika, and that would be to go after Masaya. I doubt to injure him, but something that might do something to him that might... Oh no, what I think it might be is her saying something when they're about to start their match, I think, is Kurobuchi might say something to Rika, and that won't phase her. But then she'll say something about Masaya, that might actually get to her. That would be interesting to see if that were to be the case. Because I feel a match when she is calm is fine, but I want to see how the match will go with her starting agitated. Because then Masaya will have to try and calm her down and all sorts of things. It'll add more tension to the match, which would be great. So yeah. I was actually thinking now, we actually also didn't see anything about Shion, we didn't see anything about Aoi, we didn't see anything about the Shirase, I think his name was Shirase, the Hayato, the shop owner. I mean, sure, it's Rika's route near the end. Don't want to flood it with too much. But yeah, I feel like there's going to be something at least now. It's the prelude to the main match, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'll speak more about that match next time. What I think will happen, what I want to happen, and so on. It's been a while since I've done a long one this time, like this. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's quite intriguing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the other routes now, actually. I really can't wait to get to it. I don't want to rush it, but at the same time I don't want to take forever. I mean, like I said, I've been been about a year already, so. But yeah, anyway, that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please know what you thought, and I'll see you all next time.